Welcome everyone to the 7th episode of the Experiment Floor. Today, as part of our 7th examination episode, we will be joined by Chief Lab Technician Sayensi as we examine the combat and field characteristics of the Morph Ball Bomb. The Morph Ball Bomb was originally developed by the Chozo for use in their specialty armor suits, especially within Morph Ball mode, but it has also been successfully replicated by some organizations like the Galactic Federation, though their iterations tend to be slightly altered compared to those of Chozo design. The Morph Ball Bomb is a specialty weapon that was designed as an offensive add-on to the Morph Ball in order to give it a way of defending itself and fighting off any small creatures that otherwise get in the way of someone that was within this alternate state of mobility. The bomb itself actually takes on two distinct forms, one of them physical and the other consisting of pure energy, but in both cases, these bombs are made with unstable chemicals and energy fields that make them prone to violently detonating as they interact with their surroundings a short time after they are created. In the case of the more advanced varieties, these bombs are concentrated energy spheres that are only held together by the weak energetic fields used to create them in the first place. Once they have been deposited, these energy spheres will draw in energy from their surroundings through electromagnetic interactions, and when the core of the energy sphere absorbs too much energy and becomes unstable, it will proceed to explode and send a damaging shockwave of both energy and air pressure to repel and damage anything caught in the blast radius. More commonly though, this weapon takes the form of a small explosive capsule that is generated by the armor suit of the user through internal microfactories. And while the bomb itself is an actual bomb with unstable energetic compounds generated internally, the effect is the same. Shortly after they are generated, the bomb software will trigger an automatic ignition inside the capsule, igniting the volatile fuel inside of it and creating a powerful explosion and shockwave in the process. In both of these cases, there tends to be a delay between bombs as it can take time for the microfactories to actually create the ammunition, but this generation time varies between different models, with those made by the Galactic Federation usually taking the longest, while those with Chozo design tend to be generated relatively quickly. The Morph Ball Bomb serves as a useful weapon for Morph Ball mode, and usually is best utilized to take out smaller enemies. As while the explosive damage they can do is noticeable, it is not quite as powerful as stronger beam weapons and ballistic weaponry. This of course is not the point of the weapon, as it is more useful for defense and exploration than normal offense. That said, however, these bombs are able to destroy objects made of sandstone and caloric alloy relatively easily, and in the case of those made of energy spheres, they can also be used to activate bomb slot devices, with the explosive energy of the bomb providing an energy charge to activate certain types of machinery. It is further known these weapons can be used to perform a bomb jump, as the shockwave that the bombs produce when they detonate is strong enough to propel a small object like the Morph Ball right into the air, and with the right timing, it is possible to time the generation of Morph Ball bombs with their detonation time in order to elevate oneself into spaces that otherwise would be too hard for them to reach, even with an upgrade like the Spring Ball.
Ah yes, a weapon that might seem a little issue to most, but the amount of damage these weapons can do in tight spaces more than makes them a viable asset for anyone to have control over. I've always wanted to experiment with these weapons in field tests, and even drew up plans for some, while the idea of reverse engineering the Morph Ball was still a good idea. Once that went out the window though, my plans did as well, though I do still have the schematics on file. That being said, these portable explosives, small as they might be, can pack a punch. I can give the alternate mode a genuine sense of firepower to take out smaller creatures and strike the most sensitive parts of targets if at all possible. They've even been relatively easy to replicate, enough so for the Galactic Federation to have their own unique models. But I still find it funny that the issue of them just floating in the air is rarely ever addressed by most. Sure, we might understand it a little bit, but by all laws of convention, it should make sense. Good thing this is the future, when sense isn't always needed if it gets the job done.
Thank you for attending this presentation on the Experiment Floor. While it can be a lot of fun and even necessary sometimes to navigate one's surroundings with a compact size of a Morph Ball form, at the same time it is relatively defenseless on its own, making weapons like these simple bombs a real game changer for getting around one's environment safely and quickly. As such, it is best to keep your eyes peeled for them if you have the chance to acquire some, as there's nothing quite as bad as getting into a tight crawl space and finding some sort of small monster bearing down on you, only to have nothing to retaliate with and end up getting munched on as a consequence. Thank you all for watching this video. We here at Space Pirate Science Team take our work very seriously, and we genuinely wish to be as informative as possible when it comes to the work we conduct here, for both ourselves and in the name of science. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment to help us get greater recognition out there to inform the greater populace of the universe as a whole. Also, feel free to keep track of us through Twitter, as we'll be posting notices there every time something new is submitted for your viewing pleasure. We hope to see you all in the next video, no matter what world it may take us to.